What is going on? Look what we got going on. We got the wheel out. We're actually on an estimate right now, measuring our driveway, and sorry about the wheel noise in the background. I'm actually gonna make a real short 5-6 minute video about how I learned how to fix driveways properly and how I calculate all my material, whether it's riprap, dirt, gravel, whatever. I'll show you what calculators I use, and I'll go over how I figured out about them. So it's actually a lot easier than you think. Yo, gonna interrupt real quick and just say, if you're new to my channel, I thank you. Please like and subscribe. My name's Cole with MORE.DIRT. I started on YouTube primarily to do motocross stuff back in the day, and then I switched careers when I was 25 years old from HVAC to dirt. After being with my family's HVAC business for years and years, I felt God called me to do something different. I bought this house right here behind me when I was 24 from the bank as a foreclosure, remodeled the entire thing. It took me 2 years. After that 2-year time period, I took equity out, took money, started my business. And now through my journey, what I've learned, I feel it's only right to give back and try to help you guys. So if I can share my story to help you guys that want to grind and want to better your life, that's what I do it for. I feel like I can help everybody just sharing the simplest things. So if it's marketing, if it's growing your plumbing business, growing your mowing business, your HVAC business, your dirt business, I can help you. Blue Collar Launchpad's a group we formed to help with this. Link below if you're interested. I would love to talk to you about that. And I'd like to take time to thank Express Steel Attachments for sticking by my side. They're made right here in Indiana. I've used all of their stuff. There's a whole mess of attachments back there, and I have not enough good things to say about them. So I just want to make this short little message. I'm going to put this in all my videos for 2025. I'm genuinely grateful and appreciative for everybody who watches, all you guys that comment and the positive things. I appreciate it. If you email me, you DM me on Instagram, it might take me a while to get back to you, but I promise I will if I can. So as always, God first, family second, work third, more dirt. So in this situation, this driveway is very long. We're already at 338 feet, but there's a split plus 180, so that's already 560 feet we're at right now. And there's all kinds of potholes, and this thing sits way off the road. So some people might think just grade over that, put stone in it. That's not gonna work. You'll have a problem within one season. That pothole will be right back. You see how, you can basically see how that's built like a berm up through there. That gravel's made a berm. So what happens now is all that water comes down there and that berm sits and then starts slowly going that way and falls towards the house. And where does erosion come from? Water. And erosion comes from water going fast. So the quicker it goes, the more it erodes. It's not the amount, it's the speed. I learned that years ago on a big driveway job I did locally that was really steep. When you're regrading or prepping these driveways, it's good to knock all these corners down and try to get all your old usable material, usable stone back to the middle, because you want to keep that crown there, because you want to keep the water, going on either side of the driveway. Believe it or not, this Amazon and all the delivery drivers driving these Transits and Dodge, whatever the heck they're called, the High Master, like the Sprinter type vans, the skinny tires destroys these driveways. Like, look at this monster pothole. And it basically, I relate it to like a dirt bike tire, like dirt bike ruts. You go the same place so much and you start turning real quick. And we all know delivery drivers fly down these long driveways, and it's just cutting ruts because their tires are so skinny. So if you're not maintaining your driveway at least once a season or grading it once a season, you're gonna have a serious problem if you get a lot of packages. So in a situation like this with this big pothole, another one like that, which I'll shout out Todd, old Digging Life Todd. Here's a video. You leaf blow out this thing, get it all nice and dry, pickaxe the whole bottom out, and build a new base and build it up with new stone. You never just put new gravel on top of that, because it'll be right back to where it was at. So I'll show you guys, if I get this job, I'll show you how I do that. But I keep my Milwaukee leaf blower, I blow it all out, let it get nice and dry, take a pickaxe, all the old bottom gunk out, and the new stone build back up. All right, I'm walking back down towards the house now. You can see this corner. You can see it makes literally like a berm, like this rut here. This is where the water's been going. This side's all high, so you gotta take this whole side down. And if you come over here and look, which is probably hard to tell on the phone, there is an actual ditch here they've been using. But since they've had the raised package delivery guys build up their berm, you can see the water can't get down through there. So it's just simple as knocking down that little bitty amount of material to get the water to go where it needs to go, and that will steer the erosion where it's supposed to go. So I'm rolling out of this driveway. We had 43 potholes total, which is, you gotta take that into account. You're gonna have at least 2 days here prepping and getting it ready. And then with new stone, 2 days total is what I quoted for, I'm accounting for my skid steer. And then I used a GG calculator. I'll leave a link below. It's a free, you can just Google gravel calculator. It's a free calculator. I use it to measure my driveways, and it's dead accurate. I've used it the whole time I've been in business. In this particular driveway, you can see my head bobbing. This thing is rough. It was 990 feet, 12 foot wide, but she only wanted to do the main entrance, so it ended up being 620 feet wide. Came out to like 95 tons, so I went ahead and rounded up to 100 tons, which is 5 trucks. And then I took that number, and I have a rough number in my head that what stone costs, and I just rounded up like 15% to be safe. And then I told her that from the hip. 2 days machine, you know, gave her the whole rundown of what's gonna be, and she said she'll get back to me. But point is, I just want to show you guys, like, or go over how I bid driveways. The simplest entry-level stuff is the driveway, but you can mess it up if you do not knock down the high sides where the water can't get out of the drive and it's making a racetrack. You're gonna be back to square one. There's probably normally 2 or 3 problem spots on a windy, curvy driveway, and it's gonna be right there in them corners where the berms build up. So always watch for those areas. One more thing you want to always look for when you're bidding driveways is, can a dump truck spread? And if you have to trim limbs, obviously account for trimming limbs. In that situation, there's probably 4 or 5 that need to cut off. But she said there's a burn pile there, no big deal. So if you cannot get dump trucks to spread on a driveway you're working on, just go ahead and add an extra half a day or 6 hours or however long it's going to take you, because you have to move all that stone with a skid steer. I highly recommend doing everything in your power to make it to where trucks can spread driveways that you're doing, that you're fixing and making new again, because it's just an even lay, and it just makes the finish work so much better. Some situation, guys, driveways like that too is easier with a tractor and a yard box, believe it or not, because you can set the yard box on a tractor, most tractors, at an angle, so you can get your crown made really, really easily. It just takes so much longer because it's so slow. So if you're using a skid steer, make sure you have a little angle, or not an angle, a little level or something in your caps. You can see what you're doing, and just, you know, make sure do the best job you can do. And I know sometimes your eyeball can fool you, but just double check it with a laser or level if you have to. Heck, I went and got buckets of water and garden hoses and turned the water on and made sure the water was going the direction I want it to go. Back on the material calculator subject, I utilize many free calculators. They're all something you can Google. Link is below. All of them are below. I'm gonna link every one of them I use below. And always remember, if you're taking out a bunch of dirt, just for instance, let's say you're digging a basement, that compacted dirt is gonna take up less room than the uncompacted dirt. So what I've been taught is like a rule of thumb, 25%. So when you measure up your cubic yard calculations, how much dirt's going to be in the basement you're digging, or you do your length, width, I think it's length, width, depth, or whatever, I think it is, and then you times it by basically 0.25 to get your percentage. And I think it's like times 1.25 to get your tonnage after that. Don't hold me to it, I think that's correct. But don't make the mistake that I've made before, is that you count for trucks and you need X amount more, because that dirt, once it's busted up and not compacted, it takes up a lot more surface area. So important to remember stuff like that. It's something easy, it can be looked over really, really easily. So I hope this video helps you guys out. I know it's not very long, it's just a midweek video. I'm running estimates real time. I just forgot to hop on here, touch base with you guys and make a quick one. Maybe you guys can learn something about it. I'm going to look at a 14-acre bush hog and brush clearing job right now. I'm not going to film it. I'm meeting a commercial client. So this is real time, man. I upload it as I go. I don't jump around. Basically all my videos are in a timeline. Like, as I do the videos, I upload them. So as always, I thank you sincerely for watching. God first, family second, work third, more dirt.